to a new Comic Crusaders podcast. It's like a lunchtime special, right? Because it's a real treat for real. Because today I have actor, writer, producer. I mean, you know him as Sabretooth, you know him as Mike Myers, Ajax, but most recently, of course, you know him as Dark Star from Blackstar from Jupiter's Legacy. One and only Tyler Maine, the main man himself. Wepa! What up, brother?
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing awesome. Yourself?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me, brother.
No, thank you for coming on, man, because I actually did finish watching Jupiter's Legacy last week, and wow, and you look kick ass, man. I can imagine that makeup process. Holy smoke, bro.
Yeah, that took a while. That took a while, about 3 hours total, with about 8 pieces glued onto my face, taped to my face. And then after that, having to get into that rubber suit was not easy either, you know. But it was well worth it, because like when I got done getting into that suit and walked onto set, it's like, you know, Blackstar's back, baby. Here we go.
Oh man, and again, it was kick ass, especially that first fight sequence. That was insane. The whole look, and then you coming in, you know, all smart with the glasses on me. What the hell is going on here? This is dope.
Well, you know, when you're playing a doctor, you got to have the glasses, right? I got a pair here even right now, so you know, I had a bit of practice with the glasses.
So, how familiar were you with the content prior to even doing the role? Are you a fan of comics? Were you aware of Mark Millar's work and Jupiter's Legacy and all that goodness, or is it something you discovered when he presented to you?
It was something I discovered when it was presented to me. My wife Renee Geerlings is in the comic book business. She was the editor-in-chief of Top Cow Comics with Radical and with Darby Pop right now. And I said, hey, I'm doing this comic book adaptation, Mark Millar's comic book Jupiter's Legacy, you know, and she was just like, oh, I got to get the books. So she got all the books, and we started reading them, and it's really cool. But when I was reading, Blackstar in the comic books doesn't stick around too long. So I was like, oh man, I hope they change this, you know? And from hearing Mark, they were wanting to do it as a feature instead of a TV series originally. I'm glad they switched it to a TV series so that, you know, Blackstar could stick around for a few more episodes besides one, you know what I mean? He might have had the same fate as he did in the comic books if it was a feature.
Absolutely would have. And what is it with you and playing villains, man? Do you enjoy, or they just look at you like, all right, he's a big bad guy?
I mean, look at this face. I'm not going to usually play the nice guy, you know, but then they make me even look worse with Blackstar. I was like, so, okay, maybe there is some hope for me to play a good guy eventually. But the bad guys have so much more fun, you know, because you're not pigeonholed into that one area where you're sitting there going, you got to follow the guidelines. It's like in one of the scenes in Jupiter's Legacy, man, I give them the fingers, you know. It's like, you get to do things like that as the villain that you don't as the good guy, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, I know you also have your own production company, and since you know you already done, you know, the Sabretooth role. Now you got this other comic book role. Are we gonna get more comic book roles from you? I mean, 'cause I know you got your own production company talking about paving your way, man. You know, at a fair cost, which is a great, wonderful idea, man. Kudos on you. So what's up with that?
Yeah, well, we're through Main Entertainment. We've got a graphic novel property that we're going to be developing. I optioned a book called The Last Spartan by John Saunders, and because I've been following comic books and reading comic books ever since I was a kid, because I was slightly dyslexic, and it was a great way to put the words with the pictures. So what we're doing is we're developing a comic book. It's called The Last Spartan. And it's basically if you put Sons of Anarchy with the Punisher with human trafficking, and it's going to be dark and gritty. And we just signed our writer, who is Christopher Priest, which I'm so excited about.
So, Chris's boss, hell yeah, nice.
Yeah, we've had a lot of talks, you know, and he just gets the way I want. I want to, you know, I want him to be snarky, snide, and the character to be just, you know, brute force, and he gets it. So that's kind of cool.
Excellent. Oh, he's a boy. He's a legend, Man, that's a great land.
Yeah, right. I was keeping my fingers crossed the whole time, and then he said, "Yeah, he's coming on board." I was like, "Wow, okay, this is going to be, you know." So now we're in the process of that, and within the next probably 3-4 months, we're going to be announcing that.
Nice.
So I'm very excited about that. Very excited.
Yep. Just a shout out to Paul here. He's yes, so excited. You're awesome, Tyler. And
Very cool. Thanks, man.
excellent. Now, you also have a huge history, obviously, in wrestling, man. We're gonna get maybe any movies along that line, the documentaries. I mean, because you've had a cool journey, man. When it
You
comes
know,
to
I have. I'm leaving the ring behind. I did 11 plus years in the ring and got to wrestle a lot of the top dogs, I was just glad that I could separate that and move into the acting.
yeah, how
Because that,
was
I mean,
that?
that takes its toll on your body. You know what I mean? I mean, I did it, like I say, for 11 plus years, and you get beat up. It's like I tell people, if I wake up in the morning and something isn't hurting, I'm going to be dead. But it was a hell of a good stepping stone to get to where I'm at. You know, so no complaints.
Gotcha. So how was that transition? Go to from wrestling to acting. And which particular movie was the one that gave you the bug? Like, yo, I love this.
Yeah, I'd always had the plan to transition into film, and this is a funny, funny story. I was wrestling in Mexico as a villain, of course, and they go, "Hey, we want you to do this Mexican wrestling movie. Have you ever seen any of those?"
Yeah, yeah,
I
of
mean,
course.
some of
There's
those,
old school ones.
yeah, yeah, they're kind of a little corny or whatever, you know. So they asked me to do one of those, and I played an intergalactic vampire that shot laser beams through my fingertips,
Ha!
and I had a pink fog that followed me everywhere. And I didn't speak Spanish. They go, "Don't worry, we'll dub you. It'll be fine." And I'm like, so I didn't even know what the hell was going on, you know. But I did that, and I wasn't getting dropped on my head. So I was like, "Oh man, I love this," you know. And you get to stay in one place for a lot longer because when you're wrestling, you're in a different city every night. So I was like, "Yeah, you know, this is good." And then I did the action pack for the Smoking and Bandit action pack, the Universal action pack. And then when I did the X-Men, the Sabretooth, I hung up my wrestling boots for good. That was 99.
That was it. Once he became Sabretooth, that's it. Goodbye wrestling.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. So how were you then when you retired from the sport?
How old was I then?
Yeah.
Oh, God. I don't know. It must have been like probably around 35, something like that. 30,
Okay, so maybe
35.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent. So that's still young enough that your body can actually heal and recover. So good move on that, bro.
Yeah.
I can't
Yeah.
imagine. Can't imagine. And let's see. Oh yeah. So when did the inspiration come though for the studio? What was it? What was that moment that you said to yourself, "I need to do main entertainment"?
Oh, man. I'd always wanted to because as a big guy, being 6'7", you kind of get pigeonholed into some roles. So I wanted to create some roles to show my range as an actor, and that's what we did, and that helped stepping stones to go where we are today. So I mean, we've got 2 films out through Main Entertainment. One is Compound Fracture, and the second one is Penance Lane. And I brought some wrestling buddies back to Penance Lane. Booker T's in it, and Dallas Page is in it. So yeah, had a little fun reuniting with those guys from the good old days. So it was just an amazing opportunity.
Actually, it's pretty cool. You have that pool of talent that you kind of reach out to like that from those days.
Yeah,
That's
yeah, and it's funny because it's Booker T's first movie ever,
yeah.
and he came in and he just nailed it. I was like, damn. So for the stuff that we're planning for the future, I want to bring him back.
Oh,
Yeah.
excellent, fantastic. Do you have anything that's gonna be like a ongoing story type deal with it within your universe of main entertainment?
We're working on things that I can't announce right now. We've got a comedy that we're looking at. We've got, some action stuff. So we just we're shaping it and molding it and taking it down the lane, to see which one lands and where they land. So.
Gotcha. And how are you enjoying 2021 since it's such a big difference already, starting to slowly happen compared to last year? I mean,
Right? Yeah. I'm fully vaccinated, so I'm excited about that, and just moving forward, and it's slowly coming back on track, and we'll get back to business and doing what we all love to do.
Did last year affect your creative process at all, or did it allow you to develop more things?
Oh man, it was just staying motivated. You're in quarantine, and you're just wandering around the house like everybody. It's like, well, what am I going to do now? Where am I going to go? And you sit down at your desk and you're like, okay, I'm going to start writing something. And you're like, no, no, I'm going to go watch something or whatever. So it was kind of tough. It was. I got to admit, I did get a little stir crazy. As did I think everybody.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Now, let me ask you, going back to Jupiter's now, is there any particular moment that stands out to you?
You mean in the filming part of it, or?
And during the whole filming.
Yeah, I mean, just like when I read the Blackstar role, I just realized, man, this guy's a cocky, snide, sarcastic, intelligent supervillain, and I just wanna take him as far as I can, And it was just fun doing all those scenes, like the autopsy scene.
Oh, yeah.
I just basically tell them they're full of crap, and then at the end, being able to test Utopian on his code. Are you gonna pick your kid, or are you gonna pick your code? Because I mean, morality isn't black and white. There are always consequences.
Absolutely.
So it's subjective, not objective. And Utopian thought it was objective. You can't kill. So I had him put that to the test.
Yep, and good for you, Coño, because
right?
I'm all about the anti-hero. You know what I mean? And that is the thinking. If you don't get rid of the problem, you're part of the problem.
Right?
People get mad at me when I say that, but I say Batman is a complete herb, just because, again, if he captures the criminals, they get let loose, somehow escape, they kill more. That's on Batman. He should have taken care of business from the get.
Exactly, right? That's his own fault.
Movies, you got me over here, right? Don't worry, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I can't wait. So, what's the creative process like on that new project with Chris, man? Are you digging it?
Oh, I'm loving it, man. We've had several Zooms and FaceTime meetings, and just tossing stuff around. We had an idea of where we wanted it to go, Renee and I, and then Christopher comes in and just blows our mind, and we're like, wow, yes, and just working with Chris is so fantastic. I mean, he really knows what he's doing, and he thinks it through fully, and he does his research before he goes in and does something or says he's going to do something. There was a little period where I had to convince him. He goes, well, I know nothing about, MCs, and I said, well, I will help you find all the information you need. Please, please, please come on board, and then so we just started talking, and it's not going to be mainly on the MCs. That's going to be in the past. It's going to be the path that this character takes going forward. So he got that, and he really digs it,
Excellent. Sounds fun.
Yeah.
Now, I know that back in your wrestling days, you wrestled a bit in PR. I'm a Puerto Rican. I had access to some other wrestlers. I'm just curious if it's going to be the same answer. What was your favorite food in PR when you were out there?
Ooh, man, I ate just about everything.
Everything.
What was my favorite food there? What is that barbecue stuff that you do or whatever it's called? It's not. It's like
Like the
with
shit about
yeah, it's something like that. That stuff was really good.
Gotcha,
Really,
gotcha.
really
Because
good.
said he loved tripleta sandwiches, which are the 3 different types of meat sandwich.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
That's something to
Yeah,
clog your arteries. It is
those were
good.
good too. Those were good too.
Not for your health, but they're good. Absolutely.
Well,
All right, no,
what's good for your health nowadays, anyhow, right? Unless you're eating veggies. So what the
oh, yeah.
heck?
My daughter has turned vegetarian, and she had me try something with that soybean stuff, whatever. The tofu.
Tofu.
Fuck,
Yeah, yeah.
it's not for me, guys. It's not for me.
No, man, you got to smother that with a bunch of sauces, then you get the sugar of the sauces. So, I mean, I don't know.
It's really healthy. All right. So we got a little bit of time left. So Tyler, I just want to ask you, man. So, people on their journey, because I see you again, you went from this kid in Canada, got into wrestling, you in movies, you're producing, you're writing, you got your own entertainment company. I mean, you're making shit move, bro. Awesome on you. Like, what type of advice would you give to those, entrepreneurs like yourself that are just hungry to get things done, and
Yeah, I
maybe are
mean,
feeling a little low?
you just got to be persistent. And people are gonna say, "Oh, you can't do it. You can't do it." I mean, I had that since I was a kid. I was a tall, skinny kid, glasses, braces, and when I was telling people I'm going to be a pro wrestler, they're like, "Yeah, right." I hit the gym, man. I put on size and I wrestled. I wrestled all over the world for top organizations. You just got to be persistent. You got to stick with it. You're going to hear a lot of no's. In the acting business, in the entertainment business, you're going to hear a lot of no's. You just got to, pull yourself back up, go out there and just keep going and have the course that you want to take and have your North Star and just go to it. That's it.
That's how you go. That's how you go. You just listen to the man, Just keep going and stay. Well, I've been running TC for years, and I keep going at it. But it gives me opportunity to talk to awesome folks like yourself that are doing big things, and I can't wait to see what else you're coming from the main man verse.
Yeah, there we go.
And I always thought, man, you would make a great Lobo for DC.
Oh yeah,
you would make a great Lobo, man, for real. So if that role come up, man, go for it. I think you would be awesome as that.
I would love to do that.
Main man. That's why I kind of did that. A little play
yeah. There we go.
All right, so folks, right here, this is the one and only Tyler Main. Please make sure to follow him right here on Twitter. All right, Tyler_Main on Instagram @the real Tyler Main. Yeah, and check out his website so you can see everything he's up to. Now, is there anything else? Do you have maybe a website for your entertainment studio, or can you find the information on the TylerMain.com?
Yeah, you just go to the mainentertainment.com, tylermain.com. Another cool thing that I just heard the other day is Playing with Fire that I do with John Cena is re-releasing this summer. So make sure to check that out too.
Yeah, awesome.
And if you haven't checked out Jupiter's Legacy, check out Jupiter's Legacy.
You better check out Jupiter. That's fire, man. Homie's real serious. Hopefully, that's what I hope for. So Tyler, what's up, man? You keep doing you, bro. You're awesome. We love you.
Thank you.
So thank you for what you do, and the entertainment you've given us, and the entertainment that you will keep bringing us. All right.
All right.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you,
everybody.
Man.
Again. You know what it is. I already showed you the link to follow. Make sure to check out ComicCrusaders.com and undercovercapes.com. And also, today, Comic Crusaders app came out. Check it out on the Google Play Store, all right? Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Hasta la próxima.
Thank you. We hope you've enjoyed this Comic Crusaders production. For real-time news on all things pop culture, please feel free to follow us on social media. For articles, original content, merchandise, and more, please go to www.comiccrusaders.com. Also follow along with all of the websites of the Comic Crusaders family. As always, If you like this content, please click like and subscribe to the Comic Crusaders YouTube channel.